Hey everybody, it's Joe. Just want to remind you we have two very important contracting clauses training classes over the next 2 days. One in the Clarksburg office on Thursday, September 22nd from 12 to 1:30, and then the second one's going to be in Olney on Friday, September 23rd from 11 to 12:30. So why is it so important you attend this class? Basically, huge changes coming up, primarily in these two categories, radon and Maryland agency. So first off, Maryland agency law takes effect on October 1st. And there's two big components to that. One is for buyers and buyers agents. So meeting a buyer at a property for the very first time, before you set foot in that property, you must have the buyer do one of two things. One, sign a buyer-broker agreement is number one, or you must, if they will not sign a buyer-broker agreement, you must give them a disclosure that says that you represent the seller at this point. There's no longer going to be presumed buyer's agency. So, one thing we always talk about is doing buyer consultations and explaining to them the differences. So, this now, instead of being able to use presumed buyer's agency as kind of a stopgap between when you can sit down and do your appointment with them, now you must have either that signed buyer-broker agreement, or you have to let them know that you're going to represent the seller. This is a big shift. So for those of you who might have team members, or even if you do a lot of buyer agency work, you got to be up on this law. So we're going to talk a lot about that. The second component of the new Maryland agency is going to be at any of your open houses, you must have a Maryland DLR certified letter from them in color, conspicuously displayed, that explains who you represent at that open house. So we'll have those available as well. Second thing we're going to discuss tomorrow is going to be the radon law that goes into effect on October 1 for Montgomery County. Any settlements after October 1. But wait, what if I wrote a contract 2 weeks ago? Is that exempt? No. We wrote it 2 weeks ago, it settles in October, it's not exempt. Anything settling on or after October 1, this law is going to apply to. So, what does that mean? Basically, the buyer has the right to test. But if the buyer decides not to test, the seller is going to be required to test. There is no remediation requirement in it. However, we're going to go over all the nuances of what that means, how to go about it, what's the best practices. All right. Other things we're going to recap at the end of the class is going to be their new GCAR contracts that came out over the summer. Financing and home inspection are two things. And then any other general questions that you have that come out, we'll go over those as well. For those of you coming to the Clarksburg session, there'll be a bonus session from 11 to 12 o'clock in the morning. We're going to be going over the RE/MAX websites and Facebook ads. So don't miss out. Next 2 days. All right. See you guys there. Bye-bye.